கத்தாமா ஓய் காலையில எல்லாருக்கும் அங்க எடுத்துப்போ நீ பேசுதெல்லாம் காலையில எல்லாருக்கும்
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, madam. Good evening, Dr. Vani, madam.
Sir.
Good evening, Vinusha garu. Good evening. I think our guest today, Vinusha also joined.
போறேன் இரு, எங்கும் போக மாட்டேன். இப்படிதான் போறேன்ல, ஒரு 5 நிமிஷம் இரு. போறேன் இருமா, 5 நிமிஷம். நான் போறேன்.
ಇಲ್ಲ HDB ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು.
Sir, good evening, sir. Yes. Sure. Okay, sir. Sure. WhatsApp. Sure. ఆ ఫార్మాట్ లోనే తయారు చేసి మీరు పెట్టేస్తారు. షూర్. అవును. ట్రూ. వెరీ షూర్. Good evening, Vinusha garu, our guest today.
Good evening.
Good evening to all our students, faculty members. We'll start within 2-3 minutes.
Are you speaking something, sir? You are muted.
Good evening, Vinusha, our guest today.
Hello, sir.
I think you're muted, Nana. Is your voice? Yeah. It's very nice and to have you. And I welcome all our students, MBA students, faculty members of Narayana Engineering College, Nellore and Gudur. And we're very happy to have you interact with our students of regarding your venture and your enterprise. It is so motivating for all of us. And it is being a student entrepreneur. I request, is Jaya Jain is there? I request to give opportunity of introducing you to our MBA second semester.
Yes, sir. I'm here. Am I audible?
Yeah. You are very much audible. So it is a privilege for us to host Vinusha MK from Chennai regarding her enterprise and how she has faced the challenges, how she is progressing, and how she is balancing her studies and enterprise. Now, I request Jaya Jain of MBA second semester to read out her profile. That is, can you share, Jaya, that profile, or you can read out?
Sure, sir. I'll just read out. Hello, Ms. Anusha. It is a great privilege for all of us to have you on this webinar today. So, firstly, to introduce okay, I guess I spelled your name wrong. I'm so sorry. Miss Vinusha, right? All right. So, Miss Vinusha, being a kid entrepreneur is firstly a overachievement, I would say. Okay, to introduce her, she is the founder and chief baking officer of Vinusha Four Seasons Pastry Private Limited. Uh, on because of her passion for cooking, she has started this enterprise, and it is kind of a inspiration for all the upcoming entrepreneurs here in this webinar and all over the India, all over the world. Then besides baking, Miss Vinusha is also an ardent reader. She has also been featured on various renowned TV cooking shows, uh, and all, and to not forget to mention that she has also received a token of appreciation from one of the greatest chef whom I personally admire, Chef Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor, and she has also given a lot of live sessions for students, and addressed Josh talks on about her story, how she started this enterprise, how she started this company, what is her inspiration. And I have also seen your profile on Instagram. It is really
Can you
engaging.
start your video, Jaya Jain, so that it's more effective?
I'm afraid if there would be any network problem, that is
Okay,
why.
okay. Please raise your voice so that it is more audible.
Okay, sir. All right. So until now, I was audible, right?
Yes.
All right. So yeah, and Miss Vinusha has also received the Changemaker Award from Radio City 91.1. Main passion behind starting this enterprise or this company of Miss Vinusha is that she could envision to establish a culinary institute in India for underprivileged children who are passionate about culinary art, mainly towards cooking. And she has also attended a lot of expose uh, sessions in Chennai, Coimbatore, Hyderabad, and many other places. So it is a great privilege, Miss, great privilege, ma'am, to have you here. Uh, that would be it from my side. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to introduce you.
Thank you. Hey everyone, myself I'm Vinusha and thank you for the lovely introduction. I'm from Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and I'm very happy to share my journey, how I started my brand, that's Four Seasons Pastry, in 2019. I'm 12 years old. I'm the founder of Four Seasons Pastry, and I started it way back in 2019 when I was 9 years old. So my journey started when I was 9 years old. I was really into baking, but I didn't know it. And when I came to know that I really had passion for baking, I made a cake for my mom's birthday, which was the start to my journey, and it gave me, the perfect avenue. Excuse me. So after baking a cake for my mom's birthday, I came to know that I have passion for baking and I wanted to pursue it. So I used to make a lot of cakes and I did a lot of stuff. And since I was so interested in baking, my mom and dad bought me an oven of myself and they joined me in so much baking classes. And when I went to the baking classes, I learned a lot, but I wasn't able to get the perfect knowledge. So I did an internship in a 5-star hotel and a cafe, which was, giving me the basics of baking. So it taught me a lot and it was very empowering for me too. And after the internship, after learning all the basics of baking, I really got into the field of entrepreneurship. I love entrepreneurs a lot. At the age of 9, we didn't really know what entrepreneur meant, but the word itself sounded really pleasing, and I wanted to know more about it. And I was really curious to know more about it. So I attended an entrepreneurship meet with my mom and dad, where in that meet I learned a lot about entrepreneurship, and I was really inspired by the entrepreneurs first of all. So I wanted to start my own brand, and I named it Four Seasons Pastry. I started it on September 15, 2019. So this was my whole start of the journey, and that's how I started my own brand. So that's how my journey went on. So now I like to explain about the verticals I do, whatever I do in Four Seasons Pastry. In Four Seasons Pastry, I mainly have 4 verticals. The first one is my baked goodies, in which I sell all my cupcakes, cakes, chocolates, sandwiches, across Chennai and sometimes across India. And I've sold more than 3,000 plus boxes of cupcakes, 100 plus boxes of chocolates, and many more. And my second vertical is Vinusha's Baking Kit. The Vinusha's Baking Kit is a STEM-based baking kit which is designed for kids between 7 to 14 years old. So STEM abbreviates for science, technology, engineering, and math about baking. So this baking kit will have science behind baking, the content, the procedure to do it, and the ingredients to do the baking itself in the correct quantity. So if you buy this baking kit, you'll have all the ingredients to do the cupcakes. You'll have the science behind cupcakes. Even if you don't have an oven at your home, you can make this in a cooker. So I really wanted every kid to experience the joy of baking, and they need not have oven and do all this fancy stuff. Very simple things would do, and they can even make the cake of their own. So that's why I introduced the Vinusha's baking kit, and mainly to bring out that baking is not just a hobby, it's also there's science behind baking. So that's what I try to bring up. So this Vinusha's baking kit, I launched it in 2020, January 18, 2020. And it was launched in Mumbai, and after that it was launched in whole of India. So that's about the Vinusha's baking kit. Till now I've sold more than 250 plus Vinusha's baking kits till this quarter. And my third vertical is my online baking classes, which I usually take for school kids in between the age of 7 to 14 again. And this usually happens online, and I teach them about more stuff about like like baking, all the basics of baking and everything. I take two types of classes, like individual classes and as well as batch classes. Till now I've tutored more than 500 plus children in baking. And yes, so that's about my third vertical. My fourth vertical would be my motivational speeches for college graduates and students. So it's like this one, but a little more different, more like into the bias topic of marketing and branding and sales and all those stuff, in which I dive deep into all these topics and share my experience, what I learned about it. So that's my last and fourth vertical. So I like to share like some of the qualities that I noticed in entrepreneurship that would be much needed by you, because I noticed it when I was starting. So the first one is focus. So you need to put your full thought inside to it, and you have to focus on the thing so that you can succeed. If you're not able to think, you'll not be able to focus properly. The second one is creativity. So first was focus and second is creativity. So creativity is something needed by everyone, and entrepreneurs certainly need some creative thinking, and creative thinking is much needed by entrepreneurs. So you should have that curiosity and the creative mindset so that you can bring in new things into your brand. And the third one is confidence. Confidence is a skill needed by everyone, and self-confidence is a skill that's much needed. And you need to have confidence to come up on stages and speak. You need to have you should not be fearful on stage, so stage fear should not be there, and you should have the confidence to speak to your customer, open up and explain your products very well. So you should have confidence for that also. The last and fourth point, the common quality which I noticed in an entrepreneur is risk taking. So risk taking doesn't mean going into business blindly and then expecting good results. You have to plan this accordingly and take risk, and of course you'll succeed. So these are the four main qualities that I noticed: focus, creativity, confidence, and risk taking. So now I'd like to touch on the topic of social media. So I'm sure all of you use social media. I mean, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and all this stuff. I'm available on all social media platforms. But the one thing is that I just use it productively, and whenever I'm on a social media platform, I just use it productively. One of the main social media platform which helped me to grow more is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a platform. It's basically for getting jobs, but still you'll be able to meet a lot of higher position officials over there, and it will be really helpful for you. So LinkedIn is a platform that I recommend for you to come up on. So there I met a lot of CEOs, CXOs, MD, the managing directors, and of course I met I came to this event because of that only. So I was able to meet your dean because of that only. So so LinkedIn has been very helpful, and it has been allowed me to do, a lot of factory visits such as McDonald's, Coca-Cola factory visit, modern bread factory visit, and many more. All of this was able to do because I was there on LinkedIn, and I have about active followers of 20,000 followers in LinkedIn. And one main key point is that LinkedIn is for all. If you want to grow organically on any social media platform, I would say you to go on LinkedIn, because if you give the correct content which is useful for everyone, for sure you'll be having thousands of followers in LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a very good platform which helped me to form, and it has very less threads, and it's really good. So these are some of the points that I wanted to share to you today. And now I can interact with you. You can ask me any questions, and I'll be open to them. Thank you.
So one thing I request all the students to be more interactive and put your questions in the chat box so that Vishwa can respond to that. So to start with, meanwhile, when you were preparing your questions, and I would now start with one question to Vinusha of Four Seasons Bakery, the company. So, Vinusha, how do you manage your studies with this, running the business? Because how do you manage, how do you balance these two things?
So, well, I prioritize my task a lot. So I just juggle in between, and whatever I have to do, and I just see what is priority for today and schedule it like that. And I have a planner for myself in which I write all my things, what I need to do today, what I need to do tomorrow. I have it all prepared the night before. So I'll be able to finish every task, and I'll be having more time too. And I'll finish my homework and all the stuff in school itself. Even if I have more to do, I'll just segregate a small time and complete it. Mostly I won't take it at home itself because I will have a lot of time in school. So I'll complete it there itself and then come. So that was a really good one. And I don't have television in my home, so I think that also helps a lot.
Oh, great. So I think now one thing I noticed and admire is your confidence in presenting and answering. That's a very professional way. I very much admire your the way you answer the things. So I request our students also to pitch in and put your questions in the chat box so that Vinusha can respond. And one more thing, I will, meanwhile, I will put the question is, how do you understand the finances of this business? Because you have to submit a lot of financial statements and these, once I have seen your LinkedIn post where you are interacting with your auditor or finance person.
Yes.
So how you understand the business aspects of this your company?
So the thing is that financial was really tough for me at the beginning because we are not taught financial education in our education system in school and all. And it was very hard for me to cope up with. But slowly I learned it. Now I only file all my GST filings and everything. And rest my CA take care of it. but most of my invoices I do myself. So I just learned a little bit about it. Whatever my mom and dad knew, they told me, and whenever I could ask any person connected or LinkedIn or anywhere, I asked them and they would help me by that. Slowly I learned about the financial thing, but there's still a lot more to learn, and some terms I don't understand. So financial guidance is much needed in students now.
Great, great, great. So now I request our now Faculty of Entrepreneurship Development, Dr. Srivalli Madam, are you there?
Sir, yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Madam, can you ask or can you interact with Vinusha some questions or some sort of observations?
Yes, sir. Good evening, Vinusha. Good evening, Vinusha.
Good evening, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, it's very pleasure to meet you and see you.
Thank you.
It's very happy to hear about you as an entrepreneur in the small age. Really, I'm hearing first time. It's not easy task, and from your side, what I need to ask you is, as just now our Dean sir has asked you some questions like financial statements.
Yes.
Yes, before starting a company, there should be some lot of financial formalities, right? So, okay, your thinking and ability to become an entrepreneur. Okay, how do you manage all these financial abilities?
Yes. So the thing is that I have an auditor to do, but like I have to provide them some details and stuff before they do the final closing and stuff. So I will provide those details, and slowly I learned from starting. I was not able to understand it, but slowly as I talked more about it, learned more about it, read more about it, I came to know more about it, and I was able to cope up with all those financial tasks.
Okay, okay. And another question is, do you have any idea to expand your company?
Yes, right now we are selling throughout India, but
Yeah.
to go global and expand. Yes.
Okay. Okay, Anusha, thank you very much. And really, I'm very happy to meet you again.
Thank you, ma'am. And
Yes, there is a question in the chat box by J.R. Jain. Shall I
you
read
have
it?
team. Well, currently I don't have a team, and I'm trying and thinking to form a team, because team is a very much needed thing in a business and this business world. Right now I'm a solo entrepreneur, which means I have no team and I'm doing it all by myself. So soon I think I'll be forming a team.
Yeah, Miss Vinusha, can I ask you one more question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. But how could you manage all those employees in your company? Because all are larger in age, no? So how can you manage?
That's completely fine, because they are going to be just employees, and I think I thought of hiring interns. So it could be interns, because most of the college students are the ones we have been searching for, and we are actually in the process of recruiting some team. And yeah, if I am not able to manage, my mom and dad would be doing it. Of course, they are the legal directors of my company. Since I'm under 18, my mom and dad are the legal directors of the company. So if I'm not able to manage, they'll be managing it.
Okay.
So now I request Dr. Mahabub Basha sir, the HOD of NEC Gudur, to interact with me.
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir.
Please interact with Vinusha garu.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Miss Vinusha.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. It's a very happy to see you as you are a young manager and a young entrepreneur, and you are the role model to our students also.
Thank you.
Yeah. And what exactly, actually, I want to know the product that you are trying to manufacture and that you're trying to sell. Can you please?
Yeah, I have the product called Vinusha's Baking Kit, which I'm trying to expand and reach it across the globe. So this baking kit is basically like a box in which you'll have all the ingredients to do the cupcakes in the correct measurement. You'll have the science behind baking from which the kids will learn, from the kids between 7 to 14 years old, the procedure to do it. And even if you don't have an oven, you can also bake this in a cooker. That's the product I'm trying to sell. And it's like a baking kit.
Okay, very good, very good. So it is a startup, right? It is a new startup. As
Yes.
it is an innovative idea, it is a new startup, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, great. And did you start the thing? Did you start the manufacturing, or else it is in
I've
the
been doing it
process?
for 3 years now.
Pardon?
I've
Your
been
voice
doing
is
it
not
for
audible.
3 years now. So before I was just manufacturing
okay.
cupcakes and cakes and selling it throughout India. Throughout
Okay.
Chennai. Now I'm I'm just focusing on the baking kit. Now, back then I used to sell ready-made cupcakes and stuff, but now you can buy this and make it a cupcake by yourself.
Yeah, okay. So I have one more question. When you're trying to go for a startup, so how did you come across the financial resources and the startup procedure and any kind of a registration process, and who motivated you, or else,
Basically,
who cleared all these things?
everything is there online, sir.
Okay.
So there's a lot, everything you can just Google out and find, but there's some basic stuff everyone knows. Like you have to get a trademark for your logo, you have to get your company registered. One
Yeah.
minute.
Very good.
So I request all the students to put in the chat box your questions so that Vinusha can respond. I request students to be more interactive.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry for the interruptions. I got a call. So basically, there's a lot, small stuff that most of us know, because you need to get registered for your logo, you need to get your brand trademarked, and you need to get FSSI license. All these things will be very common, so it was very easy to get. So we didn't go through a lot of things for getting it. But FSSI was a real struggle, and getting the R mark was also a real struggle.
Okay, fine. And how about your initial investment? What is your initial investment?
So initial investment, for getting started, I invested about 10,000. But slowly as I got in between, there was some investments for putting up stalls and all those stuff.
Okay, great. And how about marketing channel that you're trying to prefer right now?
We market through Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter, Facebook also. Twitter and LinkedIn are not used much. Facebook and Instagram is used.
So basically, you are depending on digital marketing.
Digital marketing.
Yeah, great.
Yes. Actually, I don't have a store like a cafe or a bakery. I do it from my home. It's like a cloud kitchen. So I have a separate space in which I bake, and everything is made only there. And yes, I don't have a cafe or a bakery. Any other questions you can ask?
Yeah, there is some question in chat box. What are the challenges you faced?
To our students, and yeah, what are the basic requirements that they need to look over before going to go for a startup? What are the basic things that they need to look over? Can you please
First
give
is,
a suggestion to our students?
yes, first of all, you need to have like a good idea, and of course, if it is like so you need to have like an idea for you to that's unique and it has a USP. So if your product is unique from all the other products in the market, automatically customers will come to you. And my brand, I mean my product is in a want category. So there's a difference between want and need. So daily you need toothpaste. So that's a need. Want, for want you can say like I want to eat a cake. Eating a cake is like a want, it's not a need. If you don't eat a cake, you're not going into any other circumstances. So you if you come into the need category, there'll be more and more scenes for you. But since I'm in the want category, that's different. But if you choose your ideas and your products are into the need category, that will be very useful and helpful for you. When you get started, first choose who is your customer, who are you going to market to, and what is the base around like, and just do like a research. So just researching. Right now we can see everything in online, but not only online. Just go down to the streets, ask people around your area, maybe just fighting people about some questions about your product, how will you use it and all those stuff. So just research, and you'll get a lot of thoughts about it. And also you have to go and work and experience whatever you're going to do. So when I wanted to start my own brand of a baking brand, I first went to a local bakery. I went there, I stood there, and I asked the permission of the bakery owner. I went inside and I used to observe what customers usually ordered for what was the famous product there. Like it's nearby to my house. So I live in a place called Ramapuram. So what are the people in Ramapuram tend to buy? And what is the fee that they have been looking for, and what is the flavor that they like, what is the most popular one. All this stuff I used to just check. I just used to monitor it. So the whole day I'll spend there. For half a day or 1 or 2 hours I'll spend there, and I'll get a lot of knowledge through that. So first of all, you have to go to the ground and market it, and that's the first thing that I'll say to you.
And one more thing, I have a general social aspect. As a women, do you come across any sort of a different problem? So when you're trying to do your business as a woman, it's a little bit a different case. This is right. So do you come across any a sort of a different problem which is specific to women entrepreneurs?
I've not come across the problem women entrepreneurs, but I've come across the problem kid entrepreneurs. So I think when I'm 18 plus, when I'm 30 or something, I may or may not face the problem. I'm not sure. But till now, I have not faced any problem through that.
Oh, great.
Great. Any
But
other questions? Yeah.
But there's a lot of women who go through all this because I usually read magazines and all this stuff. I read in a business magazine saying that I think this research was conducted by our government of India. So there's a lot of executive directors of the company, right? So these executive directors or the executives who work under a director, whether it's a male or a female, always, even though they are in the same position, women gets very less pay. So I read about this, and there's been dramatically 40% increase in those things. So there's a lot of women who are suffering in all those things, but I have not gone through all of that.
And one more thing, see, you are purely concentrating on digital marketing, right? So do you feel there are some niche areas, there are some neglected zones which you could have concentrate more on to increase your company sales?
I wish I did, because I want to go more on marketing. Right now we are getting repeat customers, but we need to get more new customers. We're getting the old customer again and again. There's been a good repeat percentage of customer, but we need to get like a new customers. I hope that we can do much more effective marketing. Yes, I hope so.
Fine, good.
There are some questions in the chat box, Vinush.
I'll just see through it. So the hero product, for the most popular one in cupcakes, would be my season-based ones, which is of course my I do customized cupcakes. I do customized cakes, regular cakes, and regular cupcakes, and I also do season-based cupcakes. So what does season-based mean is that that's why I get my brand name as Four Seasons. Sorry. That's why I kept my brand name as Four Seasons Pastry. I love seasons a lot, and totally there are 4 seasons, right? So winter, summer, autumn, and spring. So I brought all these seasons together with cupcakes. So in my cupcakes, you will be seeing the season itself. So if you take a winter season cupcake, you'll be having a snowflake on top of it. For summer, you'll have a sun's color. For autumn, you'll have leaf on top of it. For spring, you'll have flower on top of it. That's what sells the most. And of course, after this comes my baking kit. So my internship experience was really great. And well, getting an internship is really, really close to impossible, because I mean, at the age of 9, because they didn't allow in many places, saying that I'm just a kid. But I really needed hands-on work so that I can learn more. So the internship was very, very helpful, I would say, because I learned a lot of things through that, and which I hadn't learned before. I was just seeing YouTube videos and learning through that. But getting on a hands-on experience is totally different in a whole crowded 5-star hotel. So I went there and I learned a lot, and it was very, very helpful for me. So the experience there was like, there were mainly 3 or 4 kitchens. Yeah, 3 kitchens. There were hot kitchen, confectionery, and bakery. My most favorite one is confectionery and bakery, because I'm not usually allowed into hot kitchen, where they make pipe hotting, hot pipe. For these idlis, vadas, dosas, burgers, pizzas, all this, main course over there in the hot kitchen. The bakery, they bake the cakes, pies, tarts, and croissants, and baguettes, and all these stuff. And in the confectionery room, they cool it. They make chocolates, carvings, icings, and they decorate the cakes in the confectionery room. So my most favorite favorite part is the confectionery room, because that's where you have a lot of brownies, fudges, chocolates, and all these things made. So I learned all the basics of baking and everything through that. I went there for about a month on Saturday and Sunday alone, because I had schools all the weekdays. I was just in my 4th grade back then. Now I'm in my 7th grade. So yes, so that's the experience in the internship. So the challenges I faced in the pandemic was that I wasn't really able to, get on with this pandemic in online situation, and I regretted it a lot, because I was just not catching up on. But slowly I catched up on it, and I was trying my best to drive in customers, and slowly we got a lot of customers. So driving in customers was a very big problem, and adapting online was also a problem. Yes, these are the 2 things that I faced pandemic.
Yeah, and one more, Vinusha, how you are, trying to assess the demand pattern of your product. Some surplus production, and then sometimes may have a deficit production. the way how you are managing the things related to the estimation of proper demand of your product.
I haven't estimated it correctly right now, and that's what I told. I'm still researching about it, and I have to do more about that part.
So I think this was answered in the initial stage itself. How Vinusha balances her studies and this, and really some of my observations are this concept of cloud kitchen, and how Vinusha does market research and all these things, and how she has made an online business. I am very much appreciated. And what I can say is that if some of my students, if they are willing to get an idea, do market research, and be passionate about their product, I am willing to sponsor them a seed capital of around 25,000. If any student, a team of students, come up with a good idea, so I announce in this platform that our Narayana MBA department is ready to seed their idea with 25,000 rupees. It's just a announcement. And Jaya Jain, do you have some observation?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to ask Ms. Vinusha that did you face any bias when you shared this company idea? I mean, when you wanted to start this company, like from your family or friends or from anyone else?
So at the beginning, they were at the beginning they were little concerned. My family, my parents were totally okay with it, and they were guiding me throughout it. But my family were a little concerned, and of course they were really concerned about it. But still, once I showed them that I can do it and I'll be able to do it, they still support me, and it's been good from them.
That's really nice. That's really nice. Thank you so much for responding, and really proud of you.
Thank you.
I think there is one question, Vinusha, about by Radheshyam in the chat box.
With promising credentials, Minister Vinusha. Shark Tank India. Yeah, I have applied for that. Yes, I have applied for Shark Tank India. So we are not supposed to tell any details related to it, so or else we'll be disqualified. So that's why I'm not speaking about it.
Okay. Sure. Any other comments or questions from our students? Would like to interact. This is a very great opportunity where Vinusha has spent her valuable time with us, and really that some of the things I have observed is that passion for the idea and market research. So before I ask Jaya Jain to summarize the interaction, any last comments or comments by Vinusha? Vinusha Garu, do you like to have a last word of our observations?
If you have any passion, just go ahead and do it. And if I can do it, you can do it too. And thank you so much for inviting me here.
Great.
It was a great session with all of you. Thank you.
Great. I request Jaya Jain to summarize, because Jaya Jain asked me that I want to do MBA in entrepreneurship, sir. So unfortunately, we don't have that specialization, but we organize these events, and I take this platform to announce a 25,000 rupees seed fund, seed capital, any good idea by the MBA students. Now I request Jaya Jain to summarize the whole discussion, your observations, your comments, and your feedback. to this platform.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much. Overall, it was a great session. I honestly have to say this. Having you on this platform here with all of us, uh, it's really incredible. I mean, in such a small age, you have started your own venture. I mean, it's really great. I mean, having honored with the award like Change Makers Award, being able to give uh, sessions on Josh Talks, having live sessions with Amol and many other things, and sharing your key takeaways from internship and uh, different aspects where an entrepreneur should be very skilled at, like confidence, focus, uh, risk taking, right? So all of those were really helpful, and seeing you in this age starting a company uh, with confidence and gives all of us here in this webinar a great inspiration, a great motivation that if you can do it, we can, right? So that is what I just wanted to say. Really proud of you on behalf of everyone here in this webinar. They are really proud of you. On behalf of everyone, I'm just telling you that and letting you know that keep going, keep growing, and do achieve a lot of things.
Very nice.
We would love to see you growing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. That was it. Thank you.
Very nice, Jay. And then don't forget to
Teacher.
So I request all of you to post this event on LinkedIn. And by the way, what is there? I would like your final comments. Dr. Pandya? Or Dr. Basha sir from NEC Gudu.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you have a final comments?
Yeah, that's what, sir. Actually, Vinusha stood as a role model in front of our students. As our students feel that becoming a successful entrepreneur, it's very tough, and we need to gain much experience and a lot of exposure regarding a business and a huge investment. But all these things, Vinusha kept aside all these things, and even at the age of uh, she has become a role model to our students. And even it is a very great time to interact with Vinusha, and it's a very grateful, sir. Great thing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vinusha. It is indeed a pleasure, and you have spared your valuable time. Being an entrepreneur, you have a lot of demands on your time. So I take this opportunity to thank you very much. And in future also, would like to interact, and this goes in spreading your influence, your brand image.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you. You have some sort of technical glitches there, but thank you very much. Thank you for participating. Vinusha, are you there? So much. Thank you.